We want to say a great big hello to all you folks listening in out there in Radio Land. Glad that you could join us.
Friends, in view of the menacing world conditions in which we find ourselves today, this message may be the most important your radio has ever brought to you.
Good evening, I'm Mark Lamarr.
This is your number one station, your official station. You know, do it. Good gosh. Shakudan. Some for the young and old. So come and let the good time roll as your brother will tell you. Do it. To the edge of this step. 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 Do it. Every move you make a deal. Every move you make a deal. Every move you make a deal. Good God, but if you rock down, down, and if you rock up, down, and if you rock, and if you rock, and if you rock all around, every move you make a deal. Good God, every move you make a deal. Shuffle that. Hold this, Lego that.
Yeah, Dread, where the man dog go?
Why you want to say, man, I'll check all the official data, you know.
Scene.
Officially, do it one time. Good gosh. Shuffle that. No one to that, no one to. No one to that, no one to. Take your time with that, take your time. Take your time and that, take your time. Good gosh, take your time and that, take your time. Every move you make a deal. Every move you make a deal. Every move you make a deal. But if you rock down, down, and if you rock up, down, and if you rock, and if you rock, and if you rock all around, every move you make a deal. Do it. Every move you make a deal. Shuffle that. Let go. Do it. One time. Every move you make a deal.
Good evening and welcome to God's Jukebox here on BBC Radio 2. There was a fella once, a writer called Theodore Sturgeon, who came up with a thing called Sturgeon's Law. And Sturgeon's Law is essentially 90% of everything is crud. So over the next 3 hours, let me give you that 10% exception to the rule. Although actually, if you look into that sentence, it's not the exception to the rule, is it? It's the 10% that proves the rule. So 90% of that sentence was crud, but I'll carry on nonetheless. We have such an amazing show for you tonight. We have Dr. John in session. You know, we always have great sessions on the show, but to have a legend doing a great session obviously makes it a little bit more exciting. And in honour of Dr. John, and you know, I do so many things in my life that are in honour of Dr. John. It's a doctor-based show tonight. We have a doctor theme running throughout the show, and in fact, we started out with a track from 1974, a very heavy start to the show, that one, Prince Francis. Not really a prince, with a track called Street Doctor. And as well as the Doctor theme running throughout the show, we have one-man blues band, Dr. Ross, as tonight's featured artist, and we'll get onto him relatively shortly after we've heard something new. This is, well, you know what, I was saying last week on the show, Thin on the ground at the moment, new releases. They tend to dry up for the summer for whatever reasons. I have no idea. Maybe people don't like good music in the summer. Luckily, there's lots of stuff I'd been needing to catch up on and haven't found the time. So here's another track from the excellent new album by Ska Cubano. This is called Pachito Eche.
Bárbaro, niño, bárbaro.
Bringing back, strangely, very warm memories of last week's phenomenal session by Quantic and his combo Barbado. But that wasn't them. That was Ska Cubano, from what I think is their finest recording so far. Mambo Ska is the name of the album, and that track is called Pachito Eche. Right, time for the first couple of tracks from tonight's featured artist, who is Isaiah Ross, known as Dr. Ross because he used to carry his harmonicas around in a doctor's bag. A very unique blues man. He was a one-man band, which wasn't particularly unique. Even on the label he was on, he recorded for Sun Records in Memphis originally. Even they had another one-man band on the roster. He played a harmonica and guitar at the same time, as well as the bass drum and the hi-hat, which does make his records, the ones he did on his own, because he quite often did use, despite the fact being billed as a one-man band, he quite often used other musicians as well. It does make them a little samey, but his sound is so unique that I can't think of any other bluesmen who sound at all like Dr. Ross. Started out on Sun Records in the early 50s, then moved up to, like so many black Southerners, moved up to Michigan, in his case Flint, to work in for General Motors, and recorded a little bit up there throughout the 60s. Didn't record that much throughout his entire life, despite the fact in the 80s actually won a Grammy for one of his albums, which again, pretty rare amongst bluesmen. Now, what I'm going to tell you before this first track is undeniably fascinating. I know people say, oh, this is an interesting fact. This is a fascinating fact. The first record I'm going to play, probably is best known, called Boogie Disease from 1954. Did you know, and I've had this record a long time, I saw him live a good 25 years ago. Did you know that boogie was slang for a prostitute? And boogie woogie, the woogie in boogie woogie is the sort of disease you might get from a prostitute. So this record, I'd always assumed it was one of those records like Jug Band Music by the Loving Spoonful or Rockin' Pneumonia and Boogie Woogie Flu, one of those records about this music is the cure for my ill sort of thing. It's not at all. It's actually about, well, you can fill in the gaps. There is a little bit in the middle where he says, give me one of them penicillin shots.
Oh, got the boogie disease. I'm gonna tell you all about it. Gonna boogie for the doctor, gonna boogie for the nurse, gonna keep on a boogie till that throw man that hurts. Got the boogie, got the boogie, boogie disease. All right, send that doctor over here. Get better, but I never get well. Now look at here, doctor. Ain't you got some of that boogie disease medicine? If you ain't, give me one of those penicillin shots. Send that doctor on back over here now. The doctor say I may get better, but I never get well. Gonna boogie for the doctor, gonna boogie for the nurse, gonna keep on a boogie until they throw a man that hurts. Gonna boogie, I got the boogie, I got the boogie, boogie disease. All right, send that doctor over here. Yeah. Woo! You boogie some too, doctor. I ain't gonna get well. You done told me now. But I'm gonna keep on booging. Got the booging. Got the booging. Got the booging. I got the booging.
First two tracks from tonight's featured artist, the singular Dr. Isaiah Ross, and the first one we heard was maybe his best known hit. There was a cover version by the Flaming Groovies, which I will be playing later on in the show, which they managed to write, which is very clever of them 20 odd years after he had The Boogie Disease, and then we had a track not actually originally issued, Shake 'Em On Down. There are lots of recordings of Dr. Ross available. Unfortunately, there's not a really good compilation of all his best work in one place, so pick and choose, but most of it, well, all of it has pretty much that sound, and more from him later on in the show. But now, what a proud delight it is. It's time for the first bit of session from tonight's session artist, who is Dr. John, the Night Tripper. And let's hear the sort of thing he enjoys listening to.
Heaven, please send to all mankind understanding and peace in mind. But if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love, someone to love. Show the world how to get along. Peace will enter when the hate is gone. But if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. Please send me someone to love. I lay awake nights and pound a world trouble, and my answer is always the same, that unless man put an end to this damnable sin, hate will put the world in a flame. What a shame, just because I'm in misery. I don't beg for no sympathy, but if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. Please send me someone to love. I'm in misery, I don't beg for no sympathy, but if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. Please send me someone to love.
Percy Mayfield there with Please Send Me Someone to Love, the first choice of tonight's session artist. I'll call you Mac, but everyone else knows him as Dr. John. That record, it doesn't feel like the sort of thing that has maybe been a big influence on you, because it's that tinkly Los Angeles, Nat King Cole, Charles Brown piano sound.
Well, it's Percy Mayfield is like a real great writer and an original performer, and he had a lot to do with a lot of things, whether it was Ray Charles, I mean, that was his family and stuff, but Percy is just a real special cat. The way he approached, that's one of my all-time favorite songs, and it's a great arrangement by Maxwell Davis for that record. You know, for some reason, I just was thinking about this. Alvin Robinson and myself was writing a song for Percy, and Percy cut us up like stew and meat. He says, well, you didn't get to the plot within a minute and 10 seconds, and you stretched it out too long. And by the time he got through cutting us up and telling us why he didn't want to do the song, and then he sends a tape to us. We had a little office over at at A&M Records on La Brea Street in L.A. And he sends us tapes giving us like instructions how you should write a song.
And both of you had written a lot of records by that point.
Oh yeah, this was like, I mean, we had been in the business for like at least 10, 12, 15 years or something. But to get this thing from him, whenever that was maybe, it just was priceless. But he sends a tape with this, how you write a song correct. You know, it was really good information. I wish I still had the tape.
Yeah.
Just as some kind of souvenir of the occasion, because it was so off the hook.
Do you know what? I bet that tape is better than most people's albums.
You know what? There's something about just Percy Mayfield talking to you, and then he get him telling somebody about how and why you have to have the plot of the song established in just a minute and 5, 10 seconds. That's it.
Yeah.
You got that, and that's it. There's no more.
Well, I'm glad you've gotten over the pain, though, of him ripping you apart.
Oh, no. Listen, Alvin Robinson and myself was still writing. In fact, we played one of the songs here today. So it's just like, that's how life goes.
When you were starting out and you were meeting a lot of these people, I'm assuming Fats Domino must have been fairly prevalent in your life, and seeing Little Richard and stuff. When you ended up working with that sort of level of person, was it hard to become a kind of a sideman to them? You know, the ones that you know, some can be more difficult than others, obviously.
Well, that's all I ever thought about being, was a sideman. To be quite frank, frontmen was not my favorite people. They was pretty, the ones that wasn't like caught up in the fronting off and the ego and the image and the likeness of whatever they thought they was, they could drive you crazy. To this day, I still say I like being on the road with Marvin Gaye. I like being on the road with Joe Tex. But boys, guys that were front guys, and I like people that had shows that were old school. I loved working with Huey Smith and the Clowns, and people like that. They were just real old school and doing something that was original but funny. But it came out of eras of burlesque and minstrels and all of the history. But it's hard to find that, you know, there's not that many things like that. But guys that are real down to earth, that is front guys, is beautiful to me.
I would imagine there's not that many, though, because you sort of have to not be to be in their position in the first place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why.
Don't tell me Fats Domino isn't down to earth, though.
Well, Antoine's very down home, and he's a very, he just goes in some other zones that gets me weirded out. Right. But there's a lot of that, too, in it. So it's not just one thing that makes things weird. It's like, I couldn't explain it, but there's a lot of people that, I looked at Charles Brown. I remember getting on a Charles Brown session, and I was young, you know, like 15 or something. And he looks at me and he says something like, "Just tune your guitar, Max." And he always called me Max, but he said that, just tune your guitar. He didn't say it like, man, you could tune up or something, but I was out of tune. But the fact was that he said that, and he just said it nice. I'll always think, wow, what a sweet guy, you know?
Wow, we should see, though, we should ask Herman, the drummer and co-producer of the latest album, has he picked up all these lessons that he's just been talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Really? There's no times when when he's been a bit short?
Oh, with this cat here?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's short all the time. You know? That's what I like about him, you know? You know, if you're not short, then it's not real, you know?
How does it work producing someone who presumably knows exactly what they want and has been around the block more times than almost everyone?
Well, I pretty much know his moods, you know, his directions. And he always did tell me, he said, man, you're going to make a fine producer one day. And really, he was the only one that actually gave me the chance to produce his records, you know, because he believed in me. And then I knew exactly where he's coming from. Because, you know, we do stuff together all through the day. And when certain moves, a certain way he'll walk, I'm going to know exactly what kind of mood he's in. Whatever he might say, or, what, you know, I'm going to know that, you know. So that kind of helps.
And Mac, do you take direction well?
Yeah, listen, you know what? Music is about, it's not we take a direction, but we just be open to direction. If we open to the spirit of the music, we open to anything. And then it doesn't ever overlap into some crazy zones and get sidetracked. That's the worst thing can happen to any music.
Well, it's obviously very focused because it's you know, it's been hailed already as a finest album for a long, long time. And everything is really hanging together like sort of golden age, what we think of as the golden age sort of Dr. John thing. Do you think of there as a golden age or just spots along the way that work out?
I don't think of anything like that. It just doesn't occur in my brain cell to think how whatever that is. It's I don't know. I think we had a good time making this record because, listen, I'd ask the guys, I'd say, which one of them tunes off them demos you feel like pulling out? We just pull it out and do what the hell we did with them. And that's what music's about. Hey, listen, a demo is a demo. And some people, it used to drive me crazy. People used to come to us and had a demo on something. And they want the band to cut it like a demo. It's a demo. Why? If it was a record, it's different. If we was covering a record, we should take that and make it better to make a better record of something. But I could never understand, what is the big deal? It's a demo, right? And I've seen people actually, a guy came, I think it was with Jimmy McCracklin or somebody back in the game, and says, hey, let's cut it like this. And all of the cats on the tape, we were singing like he's out of his mind. You know, we didn't want to say it to the guy because he's the guy with the money. But we did shift the gear for Jimmy because we like Jimmy McCracklin. So we slid the thing right, even in spite of the guy having all the delusionary thoughts of a demo. It's called demo love. That's what they call it.
I would guess as well, if someone's not a musician, they wouldn't have the imagination to do anything different from what they've just heard. Maybe that's the answer.
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, but the things that happen is off the hook.
Right, let's hear something from the new album. This track is called Only in America.
The best country on earth. Present problems call for rebirth. Economic trouble, hunger and misery. And I want all of y'all to see, when nobody knows the land to the free. No one knows who will the next one be. No one knows who'll be arrested. You and me. No one knows who'll be arrested, you and me. Only in America. Only in America. Only in America. Only in America. Could it be because of the lack of education, poverty, lack of family value? Maybe it's just the absence of care. Whatever the reason, Lord knows it just ain't fair. Lord, no wonder why it just ain't there. Don't nobody care. It's only in America. Only in America. Only in America. Only in America. Nation rise and nation fall, depending on basic values, that's all. Values based on a greater power, the supreme power of love and peace. Lord, help it to cease. As it should be. Only in America. Only in America. Only in America. Only in America. Louisiana got more people locked down than any state family round. Big wheels are making lots of money. Lock 'em up, throw away keys. Whatever the situation will be. See what I'm saying to you, hear me. It's only in America. 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 Only in America.
Only in America, for live in session for God to Jukebox. That's from the latest album, Tribal. It's obviously a message record, much like quite a few that you've been doing of late. Do you think America's changed that much since you were a kid? And that much for the worse? Because it feels to me that New Orleans was, you know, there was a lot bad going on there in the 50s as well.
Well, it's just... They have what they call satellite penitentiaries now. They've opened them up all over the world, but the United States has the most of them. And Halliburton makes these penitentiaries, and they're making a fortune and killing off of that. When I say killing, I mean it in the worst way. But there's so many of this open in the United States, but Louisiana has the most. It's a small state. What is that all about? And you have the most people locked down. It's just kind of really sick.
It does appear from outside that Louisiana has been particularly ill-treated over the last, but not just since Katrina, but the last sort of 5 years or so, it seems to be suffering from every angle.
Yeah, it's Louisiana is treated like a third world country, if it's treated at all.
But was it always that way?
Pretty much. I tell you what, the deal is, it's like, we notice this stuff different. It's like, how long are you supposed to say it's okay? What do? You got to start saying something in your own. It's like, you see enough people die foolishly. You see enough people, it's like, all of this is insanity. Anywhere else, somebody would, create some kind of big motion in politics and all of this. But Louisiana people is just learned to not trust in politicians too much. And
is it a particularly poor state? Is that why it's been ignored?
Well, yeah, actually the reason you have 1,350 offshore oil rigs off of Louisiana is because politics. Louisiana is the only state in the United States that doesn't get royalties from all of that oil money.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. My point is that all of this happens to a place because it's poor and people gets over on it, and it's, they try to keep it people down, and it's not a good thing for it. We gave the world Dixieland jazz. We gave them it's the home of the blues. We gave, the first copyrighted blues. People always give credit to W.C. Handy, but Jelly Roll Morton did copyright blues years before W.C. Handy. Why don't you even give credit for that? That's in the past. But coming up right up to date, as you went through the history of funk music, that was born there too, and a lot of forms of music that's acceptable as like the music of today on a lot of levels. And I don't get why New Orleans don't get no credit for any of it.
not only doesn't get any credit, but and Herman, you can answer this as well. It feels like they're sort of taking away all the culture that was there. To me, particularly downtown New Orleans, but everything's becoming as bland as everywhere else in America. And even when I first went there, I don't know, 20 odd years ago, it wasn't like that. You did feel like there's a real spirit of somewhere unique that you should feel in any town. But New Orleans now just feels like another strip mall.
Yeah, just like a basic move now, And there's so much stuff happen to break they try to break your spirit. And that you can't do with most musicians there. That is the strongest thing in New Orleans right now, are the musicians that's keeping it together, trying to keep one guy from going this way, one guy from going that way. And it's always, it changed a lot. And mainly since the storm, it just really just put a hole in everything. And Mac and myself, and along with some other people, are trying to keep a lot of musicians alive, trying to keep the word out there to let everybody be aware of things that's still happening in New Orleans that's not happening, So, it's tough, That's why we try to make the right kind of music, like this record. When we sit down to do this record, Mac always writing and doing those demos. And we sit down and went through about 70 songs or better. And we broke that down to about 40. Then we broke it down to about 30. Then we sit down out of 30 and we took our time and pick out the right songs that's going to represent New Orleans and us spiritually, real positive feeling, real good feeling. And I'm real proud of the record because the spirit, we did prayer chants before each session and stuff like that. We made sure this record was going to be just right for us in the city of New Orleans.
Well, let's hear another track from the album. This is called Big Gap.
in a horse. And the mighty big gal seems to rich in a pole. So the rich wasn't rich with the poor had more. So the girl picked the hairs and knots. I did the hairs get what they got. Cause it's a mighty big girl keeps the hairs and knots. I did the hairs get what they got. Now the same rain rains on everyone. Drink the rain while the others run. Same sun shines on everyone. Promise there be more to come. Some rise up and some stay down. So many empty cups around. Be rich in the pocket and poor in the spirit. Still soft voice you just can't hear. Yeah.
This is God's Jukebox on BBC Radio 2, and in honour of tonight's session guest, Dr. John, we have Doctors as tonight's theme, and here's why. In fact, two versions of the same song, but very differently done. Is that a word, differently done? Is it even a phrase? Ray Charles with I Don't Need No Doctor.
I don't need no doctor, 'cause I know what's ailing me. I don't need no doctor, no, 'cause I know what's ailing me. I've been too long away from a baby. I'm coming down with a misery. I don't need no doctor for my prescription to be filled. I don't need no doctor. I don't need no doctor, I tell you now, for my prescription to be filled. I don't need no doctor. Only the baby's arms could ever take away this chill. Now the doctor said I need rest, but all I need is her tenderness. He put me on a critical list, when all I need is a her sweet kiss. He gave me a medicated lotion, but it didn't soothe my emotion. I don't need no doctor. All my hope to live is gone. I don't need no doctor, no. All my hope to live is gone. I don't need no doctor.
first two tracks on tonight's theme, which is Doctors, and we had Ray Charles with his version of I Don't Need No Doctor, and then obviously a very different version, and almost equally as good, I think, by Sandy Nelson, the quite often annoying drummer. Anyway, we'll have more Doctor tracks later on in the show. Time for a request now. This is for Steve Ellis, who listens to the show in Kuala Lumpur, where he's lived for the last 10 years, and he says this week's show is the last one he'll actually be listening to in Kuala Lumpur, moving back to London next week. So, any chance indulging me with one last request? Isaac Hayes with the extended entire length version of Walk On By. No, it's 12 and a half minutes and the last 4 don't do anything, but I'll give you as much as we can before the news.
I just can't get over losing you. So if I seem broken in two, please walk on by. Walk on by. Foolish pride, that's all that I have left. So let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me. I didn't ask you for it, but you gave me when you said goodbye. Oh, mama, walk on by. Make believe you never see the tears I cry. So do me a favor and walk on by. Please, oh, walk on by. Can't get over losing you. So if I seem broken in two, walk on by, walk on by. Foolish pride, that's all that I have left. So tears and the sadness you gave me. You put the hurt on me. You socked it to me, mama, when you said goodbye. So please walk on by. Oh, mama, make believe you never see the tears I cry. So I'm begging you to walk on by. Oh yeah, and make believe you never see the tears I cry. So I'm begging you to walk on by. Make believe you never see the tears I cry. Oh, there's no dust in my eye. Oh no. Smoke ain't making me cry, no, no, no. It's the hurt you put on me. I don't want you to see this man cry. So please, walk on by. Oh, mama, mama, walk on by.
Sounding very much like he's only just getting started, but believe me, we've had the best of him from his classic Hot Buttered Soul album in 1969. That was, 8 or so minutes of his version of Walk On By, which he opened the album with. How audacious, Isaac. Anyway, plenty more God's Jukebox to come. Of course, you're listening to BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 1 o'clock. This is Colin Berry.
Meanwhile, behind the facade of this innocent-looking bookstore, there lurks the secret workshop of a strange Albanian genius.
Hello, I'm Mark Lamarr.
Holy flypaper!
A qualified physician, and I don't want to give this injection. I am not a qualified physician, and I don't want to give this injection. Dorothy is begging for trouble. She insists I should give her this needle. But darling, one thing I want you know, don't blame me for where the needle go. I push it in, she pull it out, I push it back. She start to shout, Dr. Gage is terrible. I can't stand the size of your needle. She lie down in such a position, it was difficult to give this injection. She start holding on to the needle, making me so uncomfortable. I said, darling, can't you be steady? I'm going to have it done very shortly. She said, Dr. Kitch, I am sorry, but the sight of the needle frightened me. I push it in, she pull it out, I push it back. She start to shout, Dr. Kitch, it's terrible. I can't stand the size of your needle. She still wouldn't lie down quietly, constantly moving her body. So I slapped her in the face with vexation, and I went on giving the injection. She screamed, Doctor, stop, I can't stand the pain. I don't think you inside the right vein. I said, it's your own fault, you won't be told. The needle must be slipped in the wrong hole. I push it in, she pull it out, I push it back. She start to shout, Dr. Kitch, it's terrible. I can't stand the size of your needle. I pull it from that hole and start again. I have the needle now in the right vein. The needle just gone in half an inch. The stupid young lady start to flinch. Suddenly she bawled, it is hurting. Doc, I can feel the penicillin going in. I said, you little fool, look what you do. You talk until the needle breaking you. I push it in, she pull it out, I push it back. She start to shout, Dr. Kitch, it's terrible. I can't stand the size of your needle.
You're plainly listening to the brand leader in the industry of human happiness. This is God's Jukebox. I'm the Dalai Lamarr, and tonight's show is a doctor's special. A doctor's theme. Well, it is special because Dr. John is tonight's session artist, and we have lots of doctor records interspersed around him, as well as Dr. Ross as tonight's featured artist. We started out this hour with a Kitch classic, quite literally, Lord Kitchener with Dr. Kitch from 1963. I don't know if that record was ever in the charts, but it was obviously a fairly sizable hit, judging by the amount of copies that you see around today. You know, that's my thing, is fingering for old records, and you always see that's a very common one for some reason, so obviously a fairly major record. We also have in this hour, as well as the usual features, a little bit of new, but not too much at the moment. I'm actually going to play a jazz record. I don't play many jazz things on the show, because mainly because I don't really want to encourage these people, but I'm very fond of this new album. It's called Swung, Drawn and Altered, and it's by a fellow called, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, Dino Cocchia? I'm not quite sure. I was going to make a little pun about the last record, but I've grown above that. Anyway, the album is mainly cover versions of the sort of names. If I tell you the names, George Benson, Grant Green, Kenny Burrell, that sort of thing, you'll get an idea of the sort of jazz it is. Generally, Jimmy Smith trio type things, which of course I approve of mightily. You see, I don't normally encourage the jazz men, but certainly encourageable. Swung, Drawn and Altered is the name of the album, and it's by an artist. Let me spell it out because I'm not sure what my pronunciation's doing. Dino, you got that? Coccia. Coccia. And interestingly enough, or maybe not, I should probably give out the names of the other two on that particular track because that's what you do with jazz records. Nigel Price on guitar and Pete Whitaker on organ. And the album's out now on Note Records. Time for, I said that very much like Paul Jones. Each week I do channel a different Radio 2 presenter, and there was some I'm avoiding like the plague. Anyway, Kirsty wrote into the show and says, I can't help wondering how you feel about Roger Miller. Very, very warmly. And she asked me what would be my favourite Roger Miller track to play. So many to choose from, and I think he's an odd case, Roger Miller, because he's as well known for all those novelty songs, the Chug-a-Lugs and My Uncle Used to Love Me But She Died and You Can't Roller Skate in a Buffalo Herd and all those sort of things, as well as really classic pop songs, King of the Road being the obvious example. But what I really like about him is that he could write something like this, which you would never expect to come from him, but wrote tons of it.
Two broken hearts, lonely looking like houses where nobody lives. Two people each having so much pride inside, neither side forgives. The angry words spoken in haste, such a waste of two lives. It's my belief pride is the chief cause in the decline in the number of husbands and wives. A woman and a man and a woman, some can, and some can't, and some can. Broken hearts, lonely looking like houses where nobody lives. Two people each having so much pride inside, neither side forgives. The angry words spoken in haste, such a waste of two lives. It's my belief pride is the chief cause in the decline in the number of husbands and wives. Husbands and wives.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Husbands and Wives by Roger Miller for Kirsty. Let me find your surname, Kirsty. No, it doesn't say it on here anyway. But anyway, she requested a Roger Miller track. I have a sort of a rule on God's Jukebox that if a record is or an artist is mentioned, they should be played, because it's sort of frustrating to hear about something and not hear it. Almost impossible when talking to Dr. John, because every sentence he speaks is splattered with other musicians and other recordings. So it won't be a golden rule tonight. But as I've mentioned the other side of Roger Miller, let's have some of that. My uncle used to love me, but she died.
My uncle used to love me, but she died. The chicken ain't chicken till it's looking good fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Fool bid me quarter, 30 cents for a ring of keys, $3.65 for a dollar bill of groceries. I'll have me a car on someday, but till the 90-year ride. My uncle used to love me, but she died. My uncle used to love me, but she died. A chicken ain't chicken till it's looking good fried. Keep on the Sunday side. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Hamburger, cup of coffee, lettuce and tomato. 2 times a dime to see a man kiss the alligator. One more time around free on the Ferris wheel ride. My uncle used to me, but she died. My uncle used to love me, but she died. A chicken ain't chicken till it's looking good fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Apples are for eating and snakes are for hissing. I've heard about hugging and I've heard about kissing. I read about it free in a 50-cent illustrated guide. My uncle used to love me, but she died. My uncle used to love me, but she died. A chicken ain't chicken till it's licking good fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Well, my uncle used to love me, but she died. A chicken ain't chicken till it's licking good fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Yeah, my uncle used to love me, but she died. A chicken and chicken till it's fried. Well, keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me.
I think within those two tracks, proving that the line between genius and idiot is absolutely unimportant. Roger Miller with My Uncle Used to Love Me, But She Died. Right, time for another couple of tracks from this week's featured artist, who is the occasionally incredible, occasionally dreary, I'll admit it, Dr. Ross. And I suspect for most people, if they know his songs at all, they'll know cover versions of the next two I'm going to play. The first one is Cat Squirrel, which is probably his masterpiece, recorded in the early 60s. And later on in the 60s, Cream did a cover version, which I've got to say, for me, a tad heavy-handed. The second track I'm going to play is actually the Flaming Groovies with their cover version of a song I played earlier on in the show, which was The Boogie Disease. And you know what? I said earlier on, they kind of ripped it off of him. They ripped off little bits of it, and I'm sure he ripped off little bits of it from loads of other things, that being the handing over of the baton, Blue Star. Anyway, here he is, Dr. Ross himself with Cat Squirrel.
You got to mow the lawn if you want to get along with me. Mow the lawn. A book for the doctor and a book for the nurse. I'm gonna keep on boogieing till that's wrong in hers. I got to boogie, I got to boogie, I boogie to thee. Tell me all about it. Bugger with the doctor till the break of dawn. And if the band drops there, we keep it rocking on. You gotta walk the dog. You gotta walk the dog. You gotta walk the dog if you wanna get along with me. You gotta hate it, hate. 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 You gotta hate it, hey, you gotta hate it, hey, you gotta hate it, hey. You gotta hate it, hey. You gotta hate it, hey.
Another two tracks from tonight's featured artist, or at least from the pen of tonight's featured artist, Dr. Isaiah Ross. And the first one we heard was maybe his finest moment, Cat Squirrel, and the second one, the Flaming Groovies, with their own rewrite, let's put it that way, of his earlier recording, The Boogie Disease. They called it Dr. Boogie, and more from Dr. Ross later on in the show. I'm delighted to say that means it's now time for more from tonight's session artist, Dr. John. This is the sort of thing he likes to listen to.
Nobody here don't have to get too frisky. This morning ain't buying no whiskey in the night. No, in the night. And the way we are was between midnight and day. I said nobody don't have to stand in line. Come on inside and have a good time in the night. Well, in the night. And the way we are was between midnight and day. All these girls got sex appeal. When they get to rockin', it's a real good deal. In the night, you know, in the night. And the way we are was between midnight and day. Jukebox plays as you get near. Everybody will be high off a beer in the night. You know, in the night. And the way we are was between midnight and day. All these chicks gets real rough, calling for whiskey and a dip of snuff in the night. Well, in the night. And the way we are was between midnight and day.
Professor Longhair there with In the Night, the second choice of tonight's session artist, Dr. John. But before we started recording, because these songs were chosen a while ago, and Max said to me, well, things that were important yesterday aren't necessarily important today. I think you're wrong. That record was important yesterday and it'll be important always.
Well, I think this record was because the A side and the B side of that record were classics. It's something special that the original record of Tipatina that Atlantic put out that you can't find anywhere. It's not on any album that they've released or anything. It's like, what are you trying to do? Keep it in a vault and sell it one day? You could buy one copy for $8 kajillion or whatever it is. But that record was a classic record. It was at the early days, and it was maybe Professor Longhair's first great classic record all the way through the Tipatina and In the Night. It was a classic session.
Was it? I've read about you learning to play guitar from, was it Roy Montreal who was...
Well, I studied, he was my last guitar teacher.
Right.
Prior to him, I studied with a guy named Papoose, and prior to him, I studied with A.J. Goon.
But who taught you to play piano?
My Aunt Andre.
Right, because I sort of feel that Professor Longhair taught everyone to play piano.
Well, it's funny that playing gigs, producing his records and stuff like that, I was always proud that the record I did produce for him of Mardi Gras in New Orleans for Joe Rufina's label was like the Mardi Gras song for like 15, 20 years after we cut that sucker up until Big Chief came out. But that, I was always the proudest of that session, and it was a funny date. Professor Longhair sessions was always really off the hook. John Boudreaux had to sit there, and Fess came over and untuned his snare drums and started playing them. I didn't even know Professor Longhair played good drums, but he sat down at John's kit, and he started just letting his, and what it was when you loosen the snare up as much, just hip like he did, you can kind of make a roll with either stick real easy.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, yeah, he's calling John Boudreaux. He said, Max, he said, look, he says, I want you to get this on your foot propeller like this, and I want you to do this and get this little feel like this, and then we're going to frolic. And then nobody ever said all of those on your foot propeller or your frolic. This was Professor Longhair isms. And he just, all of a sudden, he played this little part. Boudreaux just did it. Because we all respected guys like Professor Longhair, Huey Smith. They was some, James Booker. They were all guys in another zone that was unconnected, but they were all connected.
Herman, you knew him as well. You knew Professor Longhair.
Oh, yeah. I worked with him, and we did a video together. Piano players rarely play together. That was with Alan Toussaint, Toots Washington, and Professor Longhair. And boy, matter of fact, when we were shooting that video, we after one shot that day, we sat down in the control room, and I asked Fess, I sit next to him, I said, Fess, when are you going to put something new out, man? Oh, I got stuff in the can. They're probably going to wait till I die to put it out. And he died that night.
Right.
And it just messed us up. But the funny story was between Toots Washington and Professor Longhair. Man, that was so funny. I laughed so hard in the booth because Toots would always overplay it. Well, not overplay. I mean, like when it's time for him to solo, instead of take X amount of measures, he'd take a whole bunch of measures. And Professor stopped him and say, Toots, come on, you can't play that long. Now take 4 or 5 rounds and that's it. To do it again, Toots take about 15 rounds. Boy, I was laughing so hard, man. And Alan Toussaint was just in the middle, just didn't know what to do, you know. Yeah, I work with him.
Is it hard to shake off that influence, the influence of Professor Longhair, or do you not want to?
Well, it's funny when he mentioned Toots. You see, look, this is why that was a great name for a video. Piano players rarely play together, and it was for good reason. You get too many keyboard players. This was something I thought was drastically wrong with Phil Spector's records when he made his walls of sound and all. You can't have that many keyboard players. The only thing that he'd have guys could do together that wouldn't sound like a mess was just play arpeggios. And as long as they just did that.
Give me an example of what you mean.
Well, it's like whatever it is. Or whatever, what version of that? whatever kind of thing. But it's got to be something very dumb and not much of nothing. But we called Toots Washington was always Papa Yeller, because when he played with Smiley Lewis, nobody ever called him Toots. He was Papa Yeller. And he was the guy. I mean, the band Smiley Lewis had what? He had Buddy Charles on the guitar. This was like one of the classic, great New Orleans bands, and they were just Smiley Lewis's band. And in New Orleans, Smiley Lewis was bigger than Fats Domino. And it was just really, he never got national. He had never got out the country, but he was a local hero. I can't explain, but there was this thing that Toots used to do this. If you hear that, you kind of hear a Professor Longhair. Well, who taught Professor Longhair how to play? One of the guys was Toots Washington.
Oh, man.
Another guy named Kid Stormy Weather. Another guy called Woo Woo. All these different guys, but there was Professor Longhair's cousin, little brother Montgomery. This guy, that's why Professor Longhair's music stuck out so far. He had an influence of a guy and never learned from a piano teacher. He just learned from them guys while he was a dancer. Earl Palmer was a dancer. This has a different, profound thing on New Orleans music. Guys, they started out as dancers, and there was a lot of them.
Is that, do you think, because there was obviously a lot of places to play in those days, which again I think is one of the big changes. There doesn't seem to be anymore really anywhere to play in New Orleans.
Well, Jim Garrison sort of shut New Orleans down. He really did a horrible thing by closing music strips. I mean, we had strips on Louisiana Avenue, Jackson Avenue, LaSalle Street, Washington Avenue. We had so many strips that there was like hundreds and hundreds of clubs in strips all over New Orleans. Mm-hmm. This guy just comes in as a district attorney and shuts it all down, padlocks them closed so they can't reopen. And it sort of put hundreds and hundreds of musicians immediately out of work.
Is that when you went to LA, or was that for different reasons?
No, I got shipped out there for different reasons.
Okay, well, we'll avoid that, and we'll move on to another track from the album. This is called Change of Heart, a love song of sorts.
Thing
hurt my soul really. I don't know how to deal with the feeling. Being all alone, baby, the next heartbreak might be home. My baby had to change her heart. What am I supposed to do? I guess the same thing. Just don't know. She must have found somebody new. Now I'm gonna do the same thing too. I'm gonna find me somebody new. Yeah, to change her heart. Really hurt me so. And to change her mind. Really hurt me so. Change her heart. Really hurt me so. And to change her heart. Really hurt me so.
Yeah, this is a song Bobby Charles and me wrote. In fact, when we were doing the last record, A City Care for God, Bobby's kid kept saying to me, Bobby Jr. would say, hey, man, you should put this on that record. I said, no, man, we're trying to make a record talking about what went down in New Orleans since the storm. But it got that thing Bobby said later, man, maybe that would be a good song to cut. And right before he passed away, that was like one of his last things. It was like a request to me, man. Why it would be a good thing to do. But I did, for that record, I dug up one of the oldest songs we had wrote. So I figured, well, okay, that's like one of the last ones we wrote. So, because there was a couple on the record that we started, but like we didn't use one of the songs on the record, but the other one that we used, I had to get somebody to finish it quick so we could cut it. And that's how life goes today, you know. But Bobby, you know, he was a special writer, and I like that song.
I like it as well, and it must have been very hard in the first place to turn down a Bobby Charles song, because they're all little jewels.
Well, Bobby's, you know, we've been writing together since, I think we actually started writing it sometime after the last waltz thing with the band, and I don't remember when, but something not long around that time we were already writing.
So it's like sometime in the mid-70s, something like that?
I have no idea, whenever it was.
Of course.
The thing of it all was just that Bobby was easy to write with. You know, I never wrote with somebody long distance on the telephone before. It was stuff like we did. It was just strange, you know. It wasn't like, there wasn't a way you had to write a song with Bobby Charles. That was cool.
You're listening to God's Jukebox here on BBC Radio 2. I'm Mark Lamarr, and tonight we're celebrating doctors. We're celebrating Dr. John, obviously. We're also celebrating Dr. Ross and all sorts of other doctors. Here's a couple of 60s soul doctors. The first one, a Northern Soul classic. The second one, sort of thing Northern Soul people would be embarrassed to listen to, despite the fact it's pretty great. Bobby Sheen with Dr. Love, and then a completely unrelated song by Tom Jones.
Custom has always been to introduce the spokesman to you before the story begins. So I'm Dr. Love, baby. If you're alone and in despair, and there's no one that seems to care, my prescription to you, yeah, would be a kiss or two from Dr. Love. Oh, you know I'm Dr. Love. Now, if you have a broken heart and you'd like to make a brand new start, I have an operation, yeah, that's been a great sensation. Now you just give it a day or two, yeah, you will be as good as new because I'm Dr. Love, baby. Oh, you know I'm Dr. Love. I have a PhD in love biology, yeah, baby. Everything's gonna be alright. Give it a day or two, you'll be as good as new.
When I see you coming, all I see is loving inside. Oh, yeah. And baby, all I gotta do is see you, and I know that it's right. Oh, yes. Stop. Now don't you go nowhere. When you need a loving doctor, I'm always there, 'cause I'm Dr. Love. Well, I'm Dr. Love. Baby, I could treat you good. Let me check your pulse and take a deep breath and say, ah, ah. Looks as though you got love-itis and it's getting too far. Oh, yes. Stop. Now let me hold you close. You need a little bit of love. I got a double dose, 'cause I'm Dr. Love. Well, I'm Dr. Love. Baby, I could treat you good. I'm gonna treat you all right. Oh, in the middle of the night. Yes, 'cause I'm Dr. Love. Well, I'm Dr. Love. Baby, I could treat you good. I gotta treat you so fine. Little girl, you're gonna be mine, oh man. I'm gonna treat you so good, 'cause I'm Dr. Love.
Couple more Doctor songs for you there. Bobby Sheen with Dr. Love, and then Tom Jones with a different song with the same title. There was a very good documentary on earlier on in the week about Tom Jones on, was it BBC 1 or 2 rather than 4 that you'd normally expect it from, and well worth watching if you have any interest in him. And I have the sum that you should have. You know, he did make a lot of awful records, and he admits that throughout, and was known for some bizarre showmanship rather than that phenomenal voice, which he undoubtedly has. But the reason I would recommend it is, and excuse me if I'm boring you with obvious details, most TV documentaries and interviews and that sort of thing are recorded with one camera. So what they do is they'll ask the interviewee all the questions, and then usually once they've gone home, they'll then go back to the interviewer and film them asking the questions and giving reactions, little smiles and nods and stuff. They're called noddies in the business. Very, very hard to do. I was always very bad at them. But I think the worst person in the world at them is Alan Yentob, who was hosting the documentary. So do watch it back, just even if you don't like Tom Jones, just for the very, very odd reaction shots from Alan Yentob. Anyway, let's have something new. This is, well, relatively new. Pete Molinari with Heartbreak Avenue.
I want, two, I want, 2, 3.
I got an aching inside, won't let me be. I look above and ask my Lord to set me free. But there was nothing he could do, because he knew there's only loneliness on Heartbreak Avenue. So with each step that I take, I sink below. A shadow follows wherever I may go.
Avenue.
You would think Heartbreak Hotel would be at the end of Lonely Avenue, but Heartbreak Avenue, but it's actually Lonely Street, isn't it? Funny old world. That was Pete Molinari from his latest, and again, I think best album, Streetcar Named Desire, and that track called Heartbreak Avenue. Next week on the show is such a treat for me, equal to tonight's and last week's, because I've been trying to get him on the show pretty much since we began. Big Sandy from California. Big Sandy and his Fly Right Boys are over in the UK, I think maybe only for one date at the Luminaire in London next Saturday. But he comes over so rarely, certainly worth a journey. I can't make it myself and I'm desperately annoyed. However, he will be in session on the show next week. And of all the great tracks that he's recorded, I always return to this one.
You don't know mad from sad. You don't know explaining from complaining. You don't know next who you'll be blaming, and you don't know me at all. The ones you're closest to should be those really knowing you, but you haven't got a clue, even though you say you do. Think you've got me figured out, you know you have without a doubt. Like who I am and what I'm all about. Well, you don't know mad from sad. You don't know explaining from complaining. You don't know next who you'll be blaming, and you don't know me at all. You've got me pigeonholed, cataloged and bought and sold. Oh, the truth be told, I don't quite fit your mold. 'Cause there's lots of sides and angles that you haven't seen. And since you haven't looked, you don't know what I mean. If somebody's being open, then it's moping. You can't tell squawking from just plain talking. Don't even know which way you're walking, and you don't know me at all. As you say you are to me, but doesn't really see, never really look, don't you agree? If you had, you'd show what you don't know about myself, instead of shoving me upon some dusty shelf. Oh, you don't know that from sad. You don't know explaining from complaining. You don't know next who you'll be blaming, and you don't know me at all. If somebody's being open, then it's moping. You can't tell squawking from just plain talking. You don't even know which way you're walking. You don't know me at all. No, you don't know me at all.
I don't know what it is. I can't get over that line. You don't know splaining from complaining. I mean, it's just genius. Big Sandy and his Flying Right Boys from their 2006 album, Turntable Matinee, and that track called You Don't Know Me At All, and they'll be in session on the show next week, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. Right, let's have a request now. This is for David Bowie. No, not that one. And he says, a good tune to wake up any listeners dozing off. How dare you, sir? That doesn't happen on my watch. Anyway, he says, Devil with a Blue Dress, stroke Good Golly Miss Molly by Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Reels, or any other of his hybrid recordings, or indeed Momo Jane, which I probably shouldn't have read out the rest because I've gone for that one. Their sort of take on the She's About a Mover rhythm.
My eyes were on the sparrow, my feet were on the ground. I used to walk the straight and narrow, never fly around. Till one night at a party, I met you, baby Jane. I was a fool to lose my cool, but you drive me insane. I ain't masochistic, but why do I dig the pain? I don't know, Momo Jane, you messed me up. I'm attracted to you, I can never tell. It must be your perfume that fills the room I love to smell. You are my ruination, you knock me off my feet. I can't resist temptation, thinking of your love so sweet. I don't know, Momo Jane, you messed me up. Survival of the fittest in the forest like a tree. I might as well be hemlock, oh the way you're choking me. The sky's getting cloudy, there's a veil over my life. Somebody help me through the fog, go cut it with a knife. I don't know, Momo Jane, you messed me up. Promise we'll go places, so take me for a while. But I know that your face is wearing automatic smile. The dream I painted on you should have been indelible ink, but it just washes off much faster than my eye can blink. I don't know, Momo Jane, you messed me up. A human in drag, without a heart you wander in your own private bag. And when I told you I loved you and to you I was a slave, you said you speak of things not real, so kindly do behave. I don't know, Momo Jane, you messed me up. I don't know, Momo Jane, you messed me up.
This is Mitch Ryder with a few useful words about attitude at home. Home is where you hang your hat, coat, sneakers, books, and sometimes even your dirty socks get draped over a living room chair. Do you maybe overdo it? Are you the only one at home that relaxes? Is everyone else on edge because they don't know what to expect when you're around? Give the family a break, too. Don't save that best face for outside only. Pitch in and do your part so that you and your guests will be welcome. The atmosphere will improve 100%. Try it and see.
Mitch Ryder there, proving he's a pretty dull chap when he's not singing. This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. Hello, I'm Mark Lamarr. You're listening to the one-head man in the Valley of the Deaf. That is God's Jukebox. I'm Mark Lamarr, and the final hour of the show, much of the same. I did a Ken Bruce there. I'm channeling them all. Yeah, Ken Bruce does a lot of... I did a Mark Radcliffe in the middle of that sentence. Ken Bruce does a lot of... And that's it. There's no need to... I've said this over and over again. There's no need to go to any other show on the station. They're all going to be involved in this one at one point or another. Tonight's show is a feature on doctors, because we have the legend that is Dr. John in session. The interview, I was so sort of in awe of him. There was so much, and even if I wasn't, there's so much I wanted to ask him. There's a great story that he actually started out as a guitarist before, obviously much better known as a piano player these days, but then someone shot off the end of his finger, so that sort of put paid to that, and we didn't even get round to that bit of his story. Anyway, Dr. John in session tonight. We have doctors as a theme, and in fact started off this hour with a version of Doctor Who by a band called the Simmertones. Played that quite recently, and thank you very much, fellas, for the jingle, which sounds like some... let's not even go into that. They recorded a jingle for me. And we also have Dr. Ross as tonight's featured artist, as well as in the final hour, we always have a little bit of gospel, as well as the other features. Right, let's have something new. The last few weeks, I've been playing stuff from an album by a band called the 69ers. I know, childish name. The album is called Too Drunk to Truck. I know, childish title, but they're very, very good. And this track is their take on the classic John Hardy.
Started man on the western Union line in
They're a Dutch duo called the 69ers. Obviously, there's friends with them on that album as well. I'm just unwrapping the CD to remember what record label it's on. Voodoo Rhythm Records, if you're interested. The album is called Too Drunk to Truck. Yes, I don't normally speak that slowly, but, you know, there's important matters at hand. And that was their version of John Hardy by the 69ers. Right, let's have a request. This is for Martin Hart, who, strange wording of this request. He says, you could usefully play Screaming Jay Hawkins, 60s version of Stone Crazy. He also adds the phrase, a beetle, a bobbly bob, which is his right.
You better watch out when you lie to me. You hurt me so bad, I'm weak in the knees. Now if you don't stop that lying to me, I'll drive you crazy. So crazy. You're gonna force me to go upside your head. You bubble-eyed woman, you wish you were dead. I ain't lying one bit. Did you hear what I said? I'll drive you crazy. So crazy. I have you like something done lost its mind. Doing the hully-gully on your elbows. I mean, I'll cross your brain till your heart starts to shout. You know you hear me. Why don't you straighten out? So crazy. Yeah. Like something done lost its mind, doing a hully-gully on your elbows. I mean, I'll cross your brain till your heart starts to shout. You know you hear me. Why don't you straighten out? So crazy that you have to have your fun. Now you better act right. The groundhog will bring your mail every night. I done told you wrong. Can't tell you right. I'm like you crazy. So crazy. It's all over, baby. Don't you be no fool. You know that you were wrong when I fell for you. You ain't got no choice but to love me too. Or go crazy. So crazy. Out of your mind. Out of sight. Can't act right. Two left legs. Walking sideways. Your mind is neutral.
Now, speaking of the king of inopportune and ineffectual phrases, the phrase usefully play, it just doesn't make sense with that track at all, does it? From 1969, Screaming Jay Hawkins with Stone Crazy. This week's gospel slot, we've got a Doctor theme on the go, is going to the Five Blind Boys of Mississippi, who I probably turn to for the gospel slot more than any other band. The Blind Boys of Alabama, of course, because they're still going, are much better known these days, but up there with them at one point were the Blind Boys of Mississippi. Their leader was Archie Brownlee, an absolute legend amongst gospel recording artists, and I'm going to play actually one of the last recordings he ever did with them. He died in 1960 and was replaced by a fine soul artist called Roscoe Robinson, and I'm going to play one of the first recordings by Roscoe Robinson after I play one of the last by Archie Brownlee. This is from 1959 and it's called You Done What the Doctor Couldn't Do.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Come on. Lord,
Tonight's gospel slot coming courtesy of the Five Blind Boys of Mississippi, although different lineups. The first one from 1959, in honour of the Doctor theme tonight, You Done What the Doctor Couldn't Do, and the second one from 1960, I've Been Weeping a Mighty Long Time. You know what, it's probably time, actually, after tonight's gospel shenanigans, to calm down a little bit and have this week's oral massage. And this week's oral massage, now this is a really bizarre coincidence, because I didn't know this at all, and it wasn't why I planned it, but I decided to play this track. I love Think It Over by Jimmy Donnelly. I've since read that it could well be Dr. John on the keyboards in this. I couldn't find a definitive answer anywhere, whether it is or not. A fine Louisianan track. Jimmy Donnelly with Think It Over.
I prayed each night at the close of day you'll change your mind, decide to stay. Please don't go, I love you so. Think it over, think it over. I prove my love each day I live. My heart is yours, my soul I give. Please don't go, I love you so. Think it over, think it over. I can't hide. Can you understand?
over. Think it over. Think it over. Think it over. Think it over.
That is a rare combination of track that manages to be heartbreaking lyrically and orally soothing at the same time. Think It Over by Jimmy Donnelly, as I said, could well feature Dr. John on the keyboards, but doesn't really matter either way, does it, in many respects. Time for the final couple of tracks from this week's featured artist, Dr. Ross. I did mention earlier on that, and he eventually recorded quite a lot of either solo albums or live albums. He became one of those artists that in the folk blues revival, people thought, oh, how authentic. A black man playing all his own instruments. So there are quite a lot of versions of the same songs. Oh, and even when he did different versions, they almost always sound alike, if you know what I mean. I'm going to play a track from him from 1953 called The Chicago Breakdown, which he recorded almost identically as the New York Breakdown and also as the San Francisco Breakdown. Basically, he had this beat and he liked saying breakdown. So both sides of one single from 1953 by Dr. Ross, Chicago Breakdown and Come Back Baby.
Hello there, all you fellas. This is the Chicago Breakdown. Like the Ross won't all y'all. Let's get together and break 'em all down. Now they break 'em all down. Right over there in Arkansas. They even break 'em down. Right where I was bred and born. They even break 'em down. Down in Louisiana. That's where most people let them a mojo hang. Now break 'em all down. Now some people like to do the old ham bone. But in these days, they all crazy about the Chicago Breakdown. Now I'm going down in Louisiana. And I'm gonna break 'em right on down. Now play it cool. Break 'em all down.
Come back, baby, come. Come back, baby, come. Yes, hurry home, baby. Come back, baby, come. I got a gal, man, she built for speed. She got everything that a doctor needs. She wanna come back, baby, come. Yes, hurry home, baby. come back, baby, come. Yes, hurry home, baby. Look here, baby, where'd you stay last night? On just one club and fit you right. You wanna come back, baby, come. Yes, hurry home, baby. Come on back home to Dr. Ross. Come back, baby, come. Come back, baby, come. Yes, hurry home, baby. Hurry on home, baby.
Final two tracks from this week's featured artist, Dr. Isaiah Ross, who hasn't been around, unfortunately, for quite some time. But as I said, did win a Grammy before he passed away, which is odd. There can't be many one-man band blues artists who won Grammys. I say one-man band, he was playing on that particular track, the harmonica and the guitar, and he also had a washboard player with him, so 1.5-man band in many respects. Anyway, tonight's featured artist, Dr. Ross. And that means it's almost time for the final bit of session from tonight's session artist, Dr. John, who enjoys listening to things like this.
I wonder, my little darling, where can you be this moonlit night? Are you holding someone tight? Baby, I wonder. My heart is aching, but I'm a fool to let it go on breaking. Maybe I'll awake to find that I'm mistaken. I wonder. Baby, since we're through, I've been through love's lane. But in my heart, there's only pain. You went traveling, but will it last? Well, I'm traveling nowhere fast. Sweetheart, sweetheart. I wonder, well, little baby, if this new love dies, where will you be? Will your heart come running back to me? Baby, I wonder.
I wonder there. But you'll have to help me out because do you go for Louis Armstrong or Louis Armstrong?
Louis Armstrong. That's what my father always said. The only thing good here in the Third Ward, kid, was Louis Armstrong was born there.
Right. That track, I'd never heard that version before. I think it's the finest one I've heard. I know that the Cecil Gant version, which was, I'd guess, a bigger hit because it was a big hit, that song.
Well, I just know that when that record was out, my father used to sell records, and that record was so timeless that it just lasted through years and years, and people would still want that record.
Right.
They might have wore one or two out. They come back to his little shop and say, "Oh, I got that." You know, he always had that record and a few other Louis Armstrong. And back then, he made a little like you bought, like it was like 478 records in a package, and but that was like considered an album in those days. You bought 8 songs, and it was a kind of cool thing.
In Jamaica, to this day, there are certain records, Roscoe Gordon, for example, that they still have in catalogue. Shirley and Lee, Johnny Ace, those sort of things that you can still buy on 45s that since they were issued have always been in catalogue because there's that the sort of cherishing of them, you know.
Yeah,
and I would guess, in fact, probably the tracks you mentioned earlier on, the Big Chief and Go to the Mardi Gras.
There was certain things, I remember this much, you just like having like experienced some stuff with people like Shirley Goodman from Shirley and Leonard Lee that was like they would come from an era that they knew show business stuff, and the show that Shirley and Lee did when they first started was a show that gave Louis Prima and Keely Smith their show, gave Sonny and Cheryl their show. And a lot of male-female acts stole their show exactly, which was the female stands still and sings a song, and the guy does all this crazy stuff and makes it. It's show business, and it's a great thing. But these are the kind of things that get lost in the shuffles of the world. But that's a record by Louis Armstrong was one of the classic things. In fact, we're getting ready to do I hope it happens. Nicholas Payton and myself are supposed to do a score for a movie. It's a silent movie about Louis Armstrong. And I'm excited about that.
A silent movie about him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Isn't that missing the best part of him?
Well, they're going to have bands play
I see,
stuff,
right.
and it's going to be just kind of, I think it could be really interesting because I think they were talking to me and Nicholas about doing one and Wynton Marsalis doing another one, doing a whole different thing. You could have your options if you buy this movie. You could hear this soundtrack with it or that soundtrack. I think that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that would think of something like that. It's open to something I like.
It's time for the final piece of session. Although after the show's finished, you can go on the website and there's an extra online track. It's another one of your hoodoo songs. Have you? I would have thought by now you'd have run out of hoodoo songs, but we're gonna hear Jinky Jinks.
Well, it's we had a good time cutting it, and I just I'm glad these guys picked that out. I like it.
Oh yeah. I've got to say, while we're on the subject of hoodoo, your autobiography, Under a Hoodoo Moon, is just, for me, it's the perfect autobiography because so many musicians write about their lives and they just write about their personal life. And I think, well, that's not what I'm here for in the first place. Every page of your book, there's references to musicians, every single page. And it just reminded me when I was talking about hoodoo that it's a very, very recommended read.
Every musician, it's funny, but speaking of voodoo, while we're talking, it's this, there was something just recently. We were coming over here, and I had went to a ceremony, and it was some people who said, watch this, and be careful of that. There was little warnings they gave me when I got here about this and that. Well, this was the great spiritual thing of it all. Somebody called from another place and said the same thing.
Exact same thing.
And now, this is the kind of thing that makes you kind of have a spirit to believe. Then they said, oh, well, you did enough prayers and everything is avoided and all, blah, blah, blah. But things that are special like that, it's why you have to give people credit for things in life. If you don't give, look, I wouldn't be nothing if it wouldn't have been for other people giving me of their selves. Nobody is anything without somebody giving something of their self to you, to instill that in you, to give you the spirit to grow from, whatever it is. And in the music, there's a million musicians give us all stuff. It's like I was blessed all my life being around real hip people. The only people I ever heard play it, what they used to call butterfly stride, was my Aunt Andre, James Booker, and a guy named Roy Zimmerman. And they all three did the same thing, but a little different. But James Booker was the one at the end of his life, he could still do it and was masterful with it. But as a New Orleans piano player, he just took it a little step further. And each thing about all of the musicians and the music that came out of those times, it's like you just heard Louis Armstrong do this thing and you heard this, but all of it connects to what we do. And it's just having the spirit of the music and be open, because the spirit is what takes us. It's not our brain. The brain gets in the way.
That's the perfect place to end. This is Jinky Jinks.
Broke a mirror, shattered in a million pieces. Years I live a good life, suddenly it ceases. Slipped under the ladder, broke my lucky picture of Jesus. God Almighty, my jinky creases. Jinky jinks, jinky 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 jinks. See my girlfriend, but got my lucky rabbit's foot. The whole family come, I wouldn't say nothing good. Said I had a head like a chunk of wood. God Almighty, this old jinky creases. Jinky jinks, jinky 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 jinks. I got the jinky jinks. Tried to cop a plea with a family. They wouldn't see how much she meant to me. You want another guy, be her one and only. Find me a little gree-gree for this jinky creases. Jinky jinks, jinky 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 jinks. Used to have it happen, was the envy of all the guys. Working the boat, shoot, cut me down the side. Sooner or later, afraid if I don't turn it around, find a little voodoo woman that live way across the town for the love I found. Burn all of my candles for the love I found in Lord. See my way clear for loving you for who you are. Your whole family is taking it way too far. Find me a little gree-gree for this jinky creases. Jinky jinks, jinky 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 jinks. I got the jinky jinks. Jinky 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 jinks.
You're listening to God's Jukebox on Radio 2. I'm Mark Lamarr, and tonight's theme is doctors. So here's the final couple. Actually, no, not the final couple. There's another one at the end of the show. John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with the track I return to over and over again. I'm your witch doctor.
I'm your witch doctor, got the evil eye, got the power of the devil, I'm the conjure guy, gonna teach you love at the midnight hour, gonna feel you burning like a passion flower. Hey, 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 your witch doctor, got my eyes on you. Got my voodoo from the birds and bees. Gonna teach you love at the midnight hour. Gonna feel you burning, little passion flower. Hey, 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 hey. Your witch doctor, got my eyes on you. Got the evil eye, got the power of the devil, I'm the conjure guy, gonna teach you love at the midnight hour, gonna feel you burning like a passion flower. Hey, 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 your witch doctor, got my eyes on you. I got my mean old spell on you. I got my mean old spell on you. Your witch doctor, got my eyes on
Have you ever heard of Dr. Jekyll? Sometimes a human being, and sometimes a devil. He had two souls, one was good, I tell you, but the other bad and black. Yeah, that's true.
Some more Doctor tracks, but with a voodoo element, which actually fits in with the Dr. John theme very, very nicely. John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with I'm Your Witch Doctor. And then a real obscurity, so obscure I turned the house upside down looking for it and couldn't find it, but I know they're from Germany. I couldn't work out the year. The Blizzards with Dr. Jekyll. Last week on the show, I played a track from an album by a Swedish band called the Long Gone Smiles Band, who, as I said, are named after the long gone smiles of Jimmy Rogers and Hank Williams. So that should give you some idea of what goes on with them.
Say farewell to those blue eyes and love you to those brown. Life is always changing when you thought your love you found. Tell those blue eyes you're sorry, time make tears disappear. Your hearts are at the crossroads, soon those memories won't be near. Brown eyes, blue eyes, they make you change your mind. Green eyes you haven't seen, but you'll meet them soon sometime. Intense eyes that stare and shy eyes that close. Amber eyes, just any eyes will make you change your course. Changing when you found a love that's new. Tell those brown eyes you're sorry, time make tears disappear. Your minds are at the crossroads, soon those sorrows won't be near. Brown eyes, blue eyes, they make you change your mind. Green eyes you haven't seen, but you'll meet them soon sometime. Intense eyes that stare and shy eyes that close. Amber eyes, just any eyes will make you change your course. Amber eyes, just any eyes will make you change your course.
They're from Sweden and they're called the Long Gone Smiles Band. The album is called The Most Important Part, and I think I've got a feeling that all of the tracks are self-written as well. That one is called Brown Eyes, Blue Eyes. Right, a request here for Mike Woodward, who spends, often people do this, they try and trick me into a request. If it's a good song, I'll play it eventually, and if it's not, I won't play it immediately. But Mike spends a long time talking about the show, saying, I don't want a request, I don't need requests. And then he says, all right, I'll have a request. And he asked for this, Nelson Riddle Orchestra with Diguelo from the film Rio Bravo. He says, hear it in any room, and even the tallest walk out taller. do take your point, Mike. And it's very specifically, hear it in any room, and even the tallest walk out taller. I think, I'm not sat in a Portaloo at the moment. If I was, because you always walk out a little bit smaller from a Portaloo, but anywhere else, I think it probably applies. Diguelo by the Nelson Riddle Orchestra for listener Mike Woodward. We finish off tonight's show, as we almost always do, with something pre-war, and it comes from a renowned trombone player who I think was a much better singer. You don't necessarily get to experience that on this particular track, but it's Jack Teagarden from 1933 with a track called Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jibe.
I just met old Bob Sylvester, and what he had to tell me was plenty. That man knows everything about everybody.
You really think so?
I sure do.
Well, let me tell you about some folks you ain't tuned in on yet. Who gathers all the talk of the town? Who gives it to you just at a brown? Who caters to the gossipy tribe? Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jibe. They corner each and all of the clues. They publish what soon become news. Live-wise, you had better subscribe to Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jibe. When there's room for argument, get out them hammer and tongs. They don't know from nothing, so they always wind up kicking the gong. Say if you want to hear 'em begin, just bring around a bottle of gin. Take a lesson on how to imbibe from Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jibe. From 1933, the Benny Goodman Orchestra, featuring Jack Teagarden on vocals with a track called Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jibe. Next week's show is, with all due respect to Steve Wright, and let's face facts, more than he deserves, is the big show. We have Big Sandy and the Flying Right Boys in session, and we also have lots of big songs, as well as Big Youth as the featured artist. So the real big show will be taking place here this time next week. You're listening to BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM.